What's up, everybody? And thank you for tuning into our first ever episode of Thique Talk Podcast with some of your favorite hosts and social media personalities. We are so excited to be here today, not just to give you the tea, but to give you some information and a good key, baby. Once again, my name is T Nail, all the way from Charlotte, North Carolina. I am a
Okay.
Leo at heart and professional by day. To my
All right.
podcast host.
Okay. What's up, everybody? If you haven't noticed right now, it's your boy Dave, aka Big Waves on Swim, the legend. I am a Gemini out of New York City, and I'm here to shake some things up, baby. Let's show them how legends do it.
Okay,
Mm.
Shake Club.
What's going on, y'all? It's your boy Von J. I'm the baddest on the show, as you can see. Yeah, big Gemini energy or whatever. Yeah, but yeah, I'm an accountant by day, and a party goer. Late night rider by night. Um, but yeah, let's get into the
Oh
TikTok.
boy.
Real quick before we get into it, when you say late night rider, what does that look like?
That entails a lot of things. Riding late at night in my Batmobile.
Woo.
They said they saw that cowboy hat on Sniffies. I was wondering, was that you?
Oh!
Let
Maybe
me
the
drink
girls
from
love a
that.
little Sniffies. Okay, that's all I'm
The
saying.
girls gag me. Okay.
They
Okay.
sure do.
What's up, everybody? It's our first episode. I want to just ask my host, how y'all feeling? Like, are we excited? Are we nervous? What we feeling like?
A little bit of
Yeah.
everything. I'm a little nervous, but it's good nerves. You know, they said little butterflies ain't never hurt nobody.
Never.
Mhm.
Never hurt nobody. But I think I'm very excited. This has been a long time coming, gentlemen. So y'all are my girls. I love y'all very much. But I'm excited. So let's get this thing rocking. Let's come on, because
Okay.
Yeah,
I'm
I'm excited
excited.
too. I think this is about to be, something really big for us. I think that we're going to go places. I think this is going to be a big show to everyone of the thick
Mhm.
community. And yeah, I'm
Yeah,
excited to see where it goes.
Yeah, we're
definitely.
about to be everyone's new favorite podcast. I'm gonna
I'm
go ahead
your
and claim
favorite
it.
auntie, honey. Auntie.
Well,
Okay.
well,
Get
I'm not an
into
auntie yet. Not in the part of the 30 plus club. Sorry.
Oh boy, here we go.
But no,
Here we
of
go.
course, we are so excited to be here. Most people they know us from Instagram, Facebook, some of us Twitter, Clubhouse, a lot of platforms, but a lot of people don't know really who we are, or like really how we got here. So I thought it'd be really cool to show everybody what you guys look like before the glow up.
Oh
So
my
this
god.
segment is called Dear Me. You girls will have 1 minute to tell your younger self anything that you want to tell yourself.
A
And I think
minute is
it's
a
very
long time, T now.
well, you'd be surprised at what you could tell yourself in a minute. That might mean a lot
Whew.
for decades. Okay.
Okay.
So first up, for their minute a moment, is myself. I will go
Oh,
first today. And I want to tell this young, handsome, chocolate boy a lot of things. But I would tell myself honestly, you are unique, you are special, you are going to be a lot of for people to handle. Remember, you never do too much. They never do enough. Being a black gay boy will not be easy for you. Church will hurt you. Family will turn their back, but you gotta love both because at the end of the day, we're not perfect. Continue to persevere. Be you. You'll be surprised at the life changes that will happen. What you wanted to be as a kid growing up, that lawyer is gonna be long gone, baby. You will do something different. And to wrap it up, you will lose a lot of people along the way. Before you're 30, you will not have a male figure in your family at all anymore. You will lose your grandfathers and your fathers, but it is your job to continue their legacy and continue who they are. So that's what I would tell dear T Nail. Back in the day, they called me TJ.
Cheater.
Vaughn, did you just see that?
oh, no way,
Yeah,
Jose.
uh-huh.
That's
That,
what we
that's for
doing.
that
Ooh.
that's for that Sniffy's joke. hmm
She got you back. She
This is
got
why
you
I
back.
don't let people come to the daggone cookout. But of course, that was me.
That was
I
cute.
wonder who will
You
be
were
next.
cute, T now. You were cute.
I try to be that boy always.
He was cute.
Let's see, who do we have next?
Oh wow. So, dear me, dear Dave. This picture is iconic, honey. So this picture was taken. Oof, I think my sister was 2,
Mm,
um, or maybe not even 2 yet. Maybe she was 1. But this was taken in Jamaica. So for those of you who do not know, my family, mother and father, are born from the big up island of Jamaica. Bless up yourself. Big up yourself.
ooh,
But now I would tell Dave that similar to what Tino said, that you are enough. Don't ever think that you should quiet that voice because Dave was very talkative, child. But you know what? It's all right because talking is about to bring you some checks, and about to bring you some
yeah.
money. And just keep remembering that you are enough. That you literally are a light to so many people, and that your name. You were named Dave because you were loved, and you are loved and you will always be loved. And even when you lose people who are not here, they still become your guardian angels. So yeah, that's what I would tell the younger me.
Mm. So I ain't even gonna dive into that.
Don't.
I would just wonder, what do they call mouth of the South that live in the North? Because maybe you are mouth of the South, but
Oh, mm,
what would they call that?
I don't know. That's a good question. That's what I like about the South. The South has all these like gems and charms and sayings like "what don't come out in the wash is surely coming out in the rinse." Things
You
like that.
love that.
Oh, I love that. It's one of my favorites. I don't know. I don't think up north has all of that, and not to take away from my up north gals because I'm holding it down for us up here in the northeast. But yeah, the South just definitely has these cute little sayings that I don't think I got. Now I got some sayings from my Caribbean culture. Um,
Like what?
so what they would call me is Mr. Chatterbox. That's what they would call me. That's what they would literally call me in my family. Like literally, like my mom would say, if a robber stole you, he would bring you back because you would not stop talking. Shout out to my mom.
That's
But
fair. I appreciate that. Well, certainly last but not least, I think this is who I think it is. Woo!
yeah. Look at my girl.
The baddest is in the building. You know the vibes. Yeah, that's me and my sister. We are in New Jersey at a wedding.
Yeah.
Um, of course, I just look like the baddie. The silk suit, all of the things. Uh, but yeah, what I would like to tell my younger self. Y'all, this always gets deep. Uh, I would like to tell my younger self, you are loved, you are smart, you are intelligent, you are uh, you're a trailblazer in your family. You are doing it. You are doing everything that you said you wanted to do and more. You are setting the bar. You are setting the standard for everyone else in your family. You are a first time grad of
Wow.
college. You just are is laying the foundation for your family and everybody else to come. And you're going to be doing big things. Making sure you take care of everyone and all of the other things that comes with that. But yeah, I love you. You are special, and just continue to be you.
I love
That's
that.
what's up. You like a lot of big things, is what you said.
Yes.
No, I appreciate you guys. And I just wanted to give all of our viewers and listeners a moment of who and what we were before adults, because life can happen so fast. It
Don't it?
literally can. And it literally will go from just regular life to doing its thing. But no matter what life will do, I'm going to tell you what these people on this camera will do is have a drink. And what
Oh,
better way
definitely.
to always be a part of Thique Talk Podcast than what we call our Thick Tail? I'll let Dave and Dave's Gourmet Cocktails take over from here.
So yes, 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 gentlemen. As you know how we like to do, We want to raise our glass, okay? But my name is Dave of Dave's Gourmet Cocktails, and I have curated a wonderful cocktail for this week's episode, and we like to call it the Thique Tale of the Week. But before we start every show, for good luck and good success, we like to go ahead and toast. So I present to you, ladies and gentlemen, this ain't Phaedra, okay?
All
So
right.
listen. I like to tell everybody that it is very simple to make this cocktail at home. Please do it to your liking. You do not have to follow this recipe. If you don't like raspberries, use blueberries. If you don't like blueberries, don't use them at all. But what we will do is cheers to the girls' weekend. Okay?
Yes. And just for
I
that
love
moment, I
it.
gotta play my girl
Please.
Cheers, gentlemen.
to the
Cheers to the
girls'
girls
weekend.
weekend.
No, appreciate it. And shout out to this ain't Phaedra, baby, because I was disobedient. The girls were mad at me when we would get ready today because I apparently missed the memo and didn't have champagne nor the champagne flute. Oh, I'm sorry, sparkling
Why?
with
Sparkling
this
wine.
at all.
Yeah.
I decided to go different today. Champagne makes me so sleepy, y'all.
I mean, it's time
It
to go to
really
bed after we
does.
finish this, so I don't know what the problem is.
Baby, you know what I do after this. It's time for edible and TV.
Oh my God.
But of course, I want to also bring to the forefront a lot of things, but we also have to recognize somebody that gave us a huge start to our following and to all of our supporters, and that is nobody else but Lamont White, the gay dating coach from Atlanta, Georgia
Dun, dun, dun,
himself, baby.
dun.
Uh,
So before we explain who Lamont is, I want to show this quick clip of who Lamont is and what he does, and then we can give our shout outs and our love and our flowers.
Absolutely. Let's do it.
So Lamont is from Atlanta, Georgia. He is a gay dating coach. He also runs Shoot Your Shot Wednesdays on Wednesdays. So that's where you go up and you
Ladies and
shoot your shot
gentlemen, you have
to all
just
the
had a
people, honey.
101 on how to gag the
Get a
bag.
piece.
Y'all Instagram ain't it?
And it protected me from being rejected in a relationship.
Wow. Okay, nails. I see the nails.
He's very short in person, by the way. But everybody, that's Lamont White, the gay dating coach. Somebody who want to just say thank you for allowing us to kind of be a part of your production and always be there to review. I think I've met Lamont. Has either one of you guys met Lamont yet?
Not yet. I haven't had the pleasure yet.
no,
I
I
will
don't
tell
think I
you,
know
he
yet.
is a good time and the
Mhm.
epitome of what we call snack size. So shout out to
Fun
Lamont.
size.
Oh, fun size is what they call them now. Shout out to Lamont and shout out to Dave's Gourmet Cocktails for the drink. But let's dive into the show. And the theme of today's show, if you cannot tell, baby, Vaughn, give it to the people.
Ride 'em, Cowboys. Like, no. The theme is this ain't Texas.
Okay.
Hold them.
Baby, tonight we're going to open up this Hot Topics by paying homage to none other than the Beyonce.
D.
Woo!
So if you don't know, on 3/29, my girl dropped Act 2. Act what day?
Yeah.
Act 2. Okay.
Yeah, Cowboy Carter is the title of the Act 2. And so she came and she gave us her own twist on, the countryside. She said this
Yeah.
is not a country album, this is a Beyonce album, baby. So, of course, as fans of Beyonce, we had to get into the album and we just love all that she has done.
Ugh.
Yeah,
And
you've been raving about this for a while.
yeah, I mean, girl,
Yeah.
we've been talking about this for about 2-3 months.
No,
We're like, girl, she
Mhm.
coming with Act 2. She coming with Act 2.
because she
Get
dropped
ready.
it at such a crazy time. Super Bowl, it was a big moment. We knew she was coming out with a song. Then all of a sudden, it's an album, and it's a good album. Then we're seeing all the features, and I think Vaughn, you even mentioned like a lot of the how she paid homage to so many people.
She
Yes, she
did.
paid homage
She
to a
really
lot of
did.
people. Even just on the album, like she paid homage to a lot of people. Like she did Jolene remake for Dolly Parton.
She
Like
did
she
the
reached out
Beatles
to a lot
cover
of
of
people.
Blackbird. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like she reached out to a lot of people, even with that. Like, but what I wanted to highlight was like her acceptance speech for at the iHeart Music Awards. So she was awarded this year Innovator of the Year by iHeart Music Awards. And when I tell you, in her acceptance speech, she like honored so many of the Black trailblazers. It was like Tina Turner, Michael Jackson, Prince, Stevie Wonder, who actually presented the award to her on the
Wow.
iHeart Music
Iconic.
I did
Awards
see that clip.
show. So
Yeah.
it was just monumental. I love Beyonce altogether, and how she just is in this era of, like you said before, kissing babies and shaking hands, honey. She is like doing it up to the utmost when it comes to the countryside. So I thoroughly
Yeah.
enjoy seeing this side of her, and I think she's been doing great. What are your thoughts?
She's
Well,
been definitely doing a lot. I'll say that.
for real.
And I think for me,
So
I've never been a Beyonce fan, so it gives me a moment of this album I can relate to the most. I ain't gonna lie. Hands to Heaven, all those songs. I can say I am now a Beehive member. And
Wow.
honestly, both of the hosts can tell you I'm not a fan of any celebrity.
wow.
And this album has really helped me cope through life what it is right now for me. Losing my dad and going through so much in this little bit of a year so far. The songs take you through a story, and I never
Mhm.
could. I ain't gonna say I couldn't relate to Beyonce, but I think the hype of Beyonce stopped me from wanting to relate. Like it was just always Beyonce, Beyonce, and this happened, and I didn't have no other choice but to sit and listen. But I know Dave has all the facts about Billboard, and he's a fan, so I'm gonna let him go.
Yes, as the resident
Damn,
king.
baby.
No, let me not say king, but as the Beehive, I think I'm probably the biggest Beehive here on the stage right now. Not the biggest Beehive in the
Mm,
world. I ain't gonna claim that, but not seriously. Beyonce. I don't even know what is it that I can say, but what I can say for the world is congratulations to Beyonce because she has made history by being
yeah,
the first black
the first.
woman ever since the time the charts were even started on the Hot 100 country Billboard charts. She is the first black woman to ever hold that title. That speaks volumes.
Volumes.
Okay, that speaks volumes. But not only that, she has had so far this year. I know we just started the biggest debut. Okay, so she
Mm,
debuted number one, and like I said, the album I think in the first week sold 407,000
Yeah,
units. People
woo!
not doing numbers like that no more because
they're
you know
not doing
why?
Heck
it.
no.
The,
You know
the
why?
girls
People
are
not
not
even
doing
making
it. The girls are
albums.
not giving what they need to give.
They're not. The girls are not even making albums. You know, they do these quick pop little singles, one, two, bam, 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 and it's like that's it. But they don't
That's
make a
it.
body of work. And you know, we were in the absolute, I don't know about y'all, but I was in the absolute chokehold with Act One. So I didn't even know. Like sometimes I am just grateful to be in the presence of this history of watching Beyonce be Beyonce because it's like only she's only in competition with herself. Like, how do you top Act One? Like, how do you top Renaissance and all its glory and what it was? It was such a phenomenon. It was such a culture. You can't even think about Renaissance without thinking about the silver, the glitter, the disco ball.
Right.
Like she has
Mhm.
completely changed that. All right. And now here we are with Cowboy Carter, where, you know, like she said, it's not a country album, it's a Beyonce album.
Mm,
Okay. And one thing I really love or enjoy about this album is that she's making a lot of white people mad. And I'm here for it. They are not
yeah.
happy. And they know what? And they can stay and not be happy. You know, and shout out to our allies and to the white people that are happy that do support her. You know, like we said on the album, it features so many people from Dolly Parton to Willie Nelson to Miley Cyrus to Post Lamone to Tana Adele. The list goes on. She really, really was in her bag when she created this masterpiece.
Yeah.
So I don't know. We could talk about Cowboy Carter for hours, but I can't. We don't have
Literally.
that much
Hours.
time.
Hours.
We don't
And I
have
know
that
we
much
kind of
time,
talked
ladies
a
and
lot
gentlemen.
as how we will rank Beyonce's Cowboy Carter, but Billboard charts did do it for us. For right now, what's her top five songs is I guess being streamed or whatever have you. So this is what they are listing as her top five.
You at
Yaya,
work, girl. You was about to say Leeson, honey.
Daughter, Most Wanted with Miley Cyrus,
What's number
Riverdance,
two?
Daughter.
Daughter,
Daughter. Okay.
Most Wanted, Riverdance, and Two Hands to Heaven, number five. Now, this is what I will show today because I know I got some real fans on this stage with me, and they like, no, this is what Billboard is saying. Now, I
This is
don't
what Billboard is
disagree
saying.
with too much because Hands to Heaven and Riverdance.
Run
Listen,
into the
those two
river.
are in my top five for sure.
I
Woo!
can't sing it too much because then we have to pay for it.
Right.
Honestly, Again, I'm a fan, and I'm not saying that Beyonce does no wrong because she definitely does some things. I'm like, I ain't really feeling that, but I really do enjoy the album from top to bottom. There's not necessarily a song that I'm like, I could do without it because, as Tino mentioned earlier, it really does take you on a journey, so it really makes sense. So
Yeah.
even sometimes, like this is not an album that, ladies and gentlemen, you should ever hit shuffle. It's just not. You can start the album in different things because the album is kind of broken up into three acts. I don't know if you guys have noticed that in her geniusness, but maybe if you want to start at act three, you can, or whatever the case may be. But yeah, this is
Oh,
this
you
is
done
a
broke
solid
that
list.
down.
Yeah,
I didn't
man,
know
this is a
that.
solid list. Yeah. Listen to
'Cause
it. It's literally
I was
broken up
talking to my
into three
friend
different
today,
acts.
and she was saying where you go from the river dance tyrant to hands to heaven um and bucking, that segment right there.
Hmm.
Favorite
Whew,
segment.
That's his own segment. So that's
Favorite
supposed to
segment
be
for sure.
like the Chitlin circuit. Like that's what that's paying
gotcha.
homage to. Yeah,
It's- See, I'm learning about the queen already. Give me a membership card next time.
we got you.
I don't
Welcome,
think you're quite
welcome,
there yet.
welcome.
Well, Beyonce definitely shook it up. But I do know poor New York, y'all got shaken up so bad.
Oh
Ooh.
my
What happened,
goodness
Dave? What was he getting at?
gracious. Literally, y'all shaking the table. So if you haven't been watching the news and you haven't noticed, but we've had an interesting couple of weeks. So on April 10th at exactly 10:22 a.m., the girl shook the table, honey. We experienced I believe it was a 4.8 magnitude earthquake, which
Ooh.
has been probably the most severity earthquake that New York has seen since like 1884. It's been a while. I was actually home working from home, and it was funny because, as we know, animals can feel and sense things before humans do. And my dog started barking, but he always barks, right? So I didn't think nothing
Mm.
of it. And then as he barked, all of a sudden you just start feeling like literally the building shake. And it wasn't necessarily scary at the time, only because it was like you didn't know what it was. Like it took me a minute to kind of realize what it was. As you guys can see, I'm in my creative studio where I kind of have all my drinks. So all of these glass bottles that's in here literally started rattling, and that's kind of what made me realize like. But I actually thought it was like our electricity company, Con Edison is what we call it up here. I
Mm.
thought they had did something outside because they're doing construction. It didn't really dawn on me until after everyone was calling like, was that an earthquake, did you feel that, or whatever, because I was actually on a work
Right.
call, and the person that I was talking to, she didn't necessarily feel it. So
Mm.
yeah, we had an earthquake, and it kind of shook the table a little bit. It was an interesting Friday to say the least. And then, of course, we had the eclipse. So New York was one of the many states that was in the, not totality, but was in the view of the eclipse. And that was like eclipse mania. People were like running around selling those glasses for a lot of money. As if one
Oh,
thing you know about New York, they're gonna get you
y'all
for
gonna
some
hustle.
money.
Okay, the
Y'all
people are
They're
gonna
gonna
hustle
hustling.
hustle. Okay.
every time.
I did see it. I did. I don't know if I fed into the mania, but I had got the glasses like weeks ago, just because I had stopped at this rest stop and I saw that they were giving them out for free, so I had got it. The eclipse was cool. It's definitely cool. Again, I'm someone who kind of follows astrology but doesn't follow it over Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
So it's just something that to look at. So like right now we're in retrograde. So if things are a little wonky, ladies and gentlemen, retrograde ends April 26th. And I would say by May 1st, things should start, or you should start feeling like yourself. So if you're not feeling like yourself, blame it on retrograde or blame it on whatever. But
Baby,
yeah,
we gonna blame everything on retrograde because baby, today trying
No,
to get
we're
here,
not.
trying to get to this moment of recording,
Oh my
like they tried
God.
to get me out of here today. So everything is getting blamed on retrograde. Let's just
yeah.
hope the rest of the show goes great.
That is not an excuse for the boys to start acting out now.
Now I won't say
Some
that. It's
things,
not. T-Nell's right. It is not excuse, ladies and gentlemen, to start acting out.
I mean,
because y'all quick to hit that zodiac. Oh, I'm a Scorpio, so I've been a hoe. Ooh,
Oh, not I'm a Scorpio. Well, what they say about the Leos? Because they stay
because
acting out,
baby,
honey. They don't need a
somebody once,
retrograde to act out.
talk
somebody
about
once
it.
said a Leo really leads the pack, darling. That's just all we do.
Okay.
It's some Geminis you got to watch out for, especially those May ones.
Please.
I'm sure retrograde is tearing y'all up. But well, it depends on which side, because they could be talking to one person one day and Gemini.
Not
One
too
thing about it,
much.
I'm a straight shooter, and I'm gonna give it to you the real way every time. It don't matter how it's coming straight. Okay.
Not too much, T-now. Not too much.
The girls
CO,
can't take
see
Geminis. That's the
you,
problem.
see you.
That's the problem. But yeah, so it's been a crazy 2024.
Yeah.
Some people believe that the eclipse is like a rebirth. A lot of people felt that like the energy shifted. It was really interesting to like get on, especially from the gays. I'm sorry, I have to call y'all out, but it was very interesting to get on Twitter and see like the girls literally tweeted, "Bitch, did you feel that? Did I feel what?" Like
Mm.
I'm like, I didn't feel anything. But to each his own. I don't want to take that magic away from, especially for my girls. Shout out to Dallas. For my girls that was in Dallas, they experienced full totality, meaning that it got pitch black for like a good three,
Wow.
4 minutes. And I'm sure that is something cool to kind of witness. But again, if you paid attention in biology, you would know that this is just science, ladies and gentlemen. It really
God is
is.
not coming back tomorrow. It's okay.
God is not coming back tomorrow. Yeah, it was also interesting to see the people who are spiritual, who were like really like even against the eclipse, like they were like banning people from saying that they were going to get the glasses. And I just think that's silly. I think it's something that in your lifetime, if you wanted to watch the eclipse and get the glasses and look at it, you're free to do that. Like people kind of make things much bigger than they have to be. I even
Definitely.
read a story about a young astrologer lady in LA who actually unfortunately killed her partner and killed her baby because of the eclipse. So
Mm.
again, it's not an excuse. Just kind of being a little serious here as the veteran mental health professional here. It's not an excuse to just kind of say we're not going to take care of our mental health because we have an eclipse or because it's Mercury in retrograde. That is not an excuse. You need to go see a doctor, go see a therapist, and get on some medication. That is what you
Yeah.
need to do.
Look at the
So
girls
yeah,
using their professionalism.
that's it for me
Hmm.
with the eclipse, baby. That's it. We could move
Well,
on.
it's good
Yes.
to know the earthquake and the eclipse shook things up.
Mhm.
One of the girls on this podcast shook me up when she said she wanted to talk about this because I didn't know she was a big basketball girl. But my good Judy definitely brought it up about the NCAA Women's Basketball Championship. So I'm gonna let him, Vaughn J, take over from there, and we'll go.
Yeah. So I just wanted to talk about this because I feel like it's kind of a monumental thing. And it's been a hot topic going around on like social media and stuff. So I wanted to like, hit on it. Of course, and I like a little basketball every now and then. I can follow the
Okay.
sport. Okay, I might not be
Play
able to play basketball, but I
basketball.
can follow it. But anyway, if you did not know, about it's been about a week and some change now. The South Carolina women's basketball team ended up winning the NCAA championship. I mean, the girls are some beasts. Okay, like they were
Wow.
handling the court. They were down in the beginning, first of all, and they ended up coming back and winning by like 10 or 12 points, I believe. But anyway. I just want to applaud Coach Don Staley and the team did what needed to be done. I mean, the people were amped for her. I mean, LeBron even tweeted about her, Gabrielle Union. Some
Wow.
of the big people tweeted about her and winning this championship. Like I think LeBron said, "Protect Coach Don at all costs."
At all
Um,
costs.
Gabrielle Union also tweeted, they just were singing their praises to her. And I
Kudos.
feel like it's stuff like this that, even though I'm not a sport avid sports fan, but I know sports. And when it comes to competition, it just like the championship games and how they're being played, man, it's just like, it's a big thing. I mean, people that don't watch it was watching it because they were like, oh, Coach Don Staley. And, even the girls down in the Bayou, the LSU girls, like Angel Reese and people like that. Like everybody wanted
Mhm.
to watch the top four and stuff like that because of them. So, just see how hungry both of the teams were and how much it meant to them to get that championship. This is Coach Don Stanley's third championship winning in her era of being a coach at at South
I ain't
Carolina
mad
State.
at it. Go ahead,
So I
girl.
think that it's just a big thing, and like she made sure she praised God when she got the championship trophy.
Okay.
She did her thing. The girl didn't mind doing a little dum, just a little shout real quick on the
A
while
little
they were
shout.
doing her baby. My
She,
girl was
she
in it.
felt it in her spirit.
She felt it deep
Ooh, I
down,
love a
baby,
dance. I
down.
love a good dance. Ooh,
But
don't
yeah,
get me
like
started.
I love this for them. Like I just feel like it's a monumental thing. Oh, also, let me just note that their record for the season was 38-0. So they were undefeated in the whole
Wow.
Cleared
season.
it.
And
Cleared it.
she said in an interview, she was like, "We never play a perfect game. We always play a consistent game." And I said,
Yes,
"Ma'am,
ma'am.
That's a life lesson.
you did that. That's a
Yeah.
life lesson. It really is. Like we can apply that to any part of our life. We might not be good every day, but baby, if we stay consistent, we might can make it somewhere."
Okay.
Wow.
But yeah,
I'm
that's the word.
amazed. I don't know if I'm more amazed by them winning or you knowing all of this. This is
The girls be trying to play me. Let me tell y'all, I was a boy, Damon, up until I went to school.
what man got you watching sports?
I used to watch sports. It used to be one of the most okay, so I come from a small town. So like sports is one of the big things. Like everybody on Friday going to the football games in football season. And on basketball season, baby, the gym is packed. So I always followed sports in high school, and never like when I got to college or anything, but like high school, I knew sports, and like that got my love for sports, but I just I never kept it up. But yeah, I really enjoy watching basketball. It's probably my favorite sport.
Well, what I will say is that I'm not an avid follower of college basketball, but it's so good. It was so nice to see the recognition, especially because we're talking about women's basketball, right? And we know when it comes to the WNBA, they're not paid the same as the NBA, and that's something that's whack. We don't support that here at Thique Talk Podcast. So it was such an honor to see the coach really put some shine on her girls and really continue, like you said. For me, what resonated with me or why I connected to it was the life lessons that she said, the fact that she praised God through it. Like, we're not taking nothing for small for granted. Like right now in this moment while someone's interviewing me, I'm gonna praise him. And to me, that's what stood out, and that's what made me be like, hey, let me pay attention to this, you know what I'm saying? As opposed to, and it's not to take away from the young women that played. I'm sure they played an amazing game. It's just not my thing. Okay. So I will say that I really did appreciate that. So yeah, thank you, Vaughn. Appreciate you.
I just gotta, inform the girls on some sports topics every now and then, with my wrist on. Bowling.
I can't wait to watch the game over when I come over. This is gonna be fun.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of the championship and the WNBA, every episode we like to have what we call a look at her moment. So this is where we take a red carpet event of the week and we talk about the looks. And this week we are talking about the girls that were on the red carpet starting the WNBA draft event, honey. So I'm gonna play this clip so we can take a look at these looks and see if it's a look at her or look over there. All right.
Okay.
Oh,
look over there.
I think that's Caitlin.
Cute. Woo!
Oh, that's a look at her.
That's a
look at. Well, where's she going? Not to the red carpet.
Baby, these gowns is giving a high school ball, honey. Spring formal.
Is those Prada?
Girl.
Okay.
Look over there. Okay, little foul.
Okay, she was giving Ursula. She said I'll make it out anyway.
She said I'm coming. Oh yeah, that's giving prom.
Very much.
So these were the looks that were highlighted on the WNBA page. I first want to say kudos to all of the women because I know sometimes it is not easy coming off the court to a red carpet at all. And I had a best friend that I grew up with, very tomboyish. Even now, when I be like, okay, girl, we're going to do this. Ooh, baby, she have a hard time softening it up. So kudos to all the girls, but it was a couple of looks in there that was just, let me go back. That was just over.
Yeah, let's stop right there.
That one right there. Let's stop right there.
Cute.
Look at her. Okay.
The black and white dress, the body out, a little peek in the abs. Man, what? Pointed toe shoe.
I mean, it's the pullback for me. Like, I love a pullback, and all you get into the face, baby.
And the red lip
of the face is eating.
Into the red lip.
Oh my God, girl, you look good. You look good.
Look at her.
I have to say, I don't know what mall she was going to with this two-piece jacket and mini skirt. Not a fan. It like she
So
going to Rodeo Drive.
this is a perfect example of that. Just because it's name brand don't mean that it's going to look good, because that is actually a Prada jacket that probably costs anywhere between 2,000 to 3,500.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she paired it with the Prada bag too.
But that
Mm.
means nothing to me. It looks
Not a
cheap.
thing.
It looks cheap. It looks
And she made it look
like
cheap.
TJ said, yeah, like you said, you got it. She got it from the mall, or she's going to the mall.
Correct.
Rodeo
I
Drive.
think she could have lost the jacket. She probably has a cute shirt on under there, and they could have gave shirt, shoes, bag,
Oh, that would have been a
and lose
moment.
the glasses. I mean, where are you
Lose the
going?
glass. It's giving mall.
Lose the
Yeah,
glasses, girl.
it's giving mall.
And I actually think an updo would have changed the look of this too.
I agree.
Yeah, I agree.
Not one
But
of
let's
those really
remember
fancy ones with a
who we're
real
judging at this
messy.
point.
Yeah, but it's get. I could see a real messy like Sandra Bullock or what's the
Yeah,
girl Sex in the City
she
moment.
reminds me of Sandra Bullock.
You know.
She
Mhm.
Well,
does.
moving on
Yeah,
to
Okay.
baby,
Look at her.
baby.
look at her.
Now this is
Now,
what you call doing the most, and I love it.
it's not the most original look, like it's been done before, but it's okay because she has never done it before, and she said,
Correct.
"I'm gonna do it." So we look at her. We salute you,
And
Queen.
who was this? Does anybody know?
Oh no.
The Don Dada of the Bayou Barbie, none other than Miss Angel Reese herself. She's a part of the LSU
Oh,
Tigers. She's
yes.
entering the draft. We're hoping that she's going to
Okay.
get in the first round, but we don't know as of yet because we can't watch it while we're doing the recording. But salute to her. We know, okay, we know that my good Judy is going to get drafted. Okay, wait. She got drafted as number 7 to Chicago. So I'm
All
excited for
right.
her and to see what she's going to do over in
Congrats.
Chicago. Salute to our good sis. But I went into her Instagram earlier just to of course, look at the look as well as kind of get some behind the scenes. And she had a picture of her mom in there. Of course, they're together in New York at the draft. And she basically was like, baby, today is for you. And I said,
Oh,
We love that.
I hope I can tell my mama that one day.
I know.
We love that.
I hope at some point I could be like, look, this is all I did. I did it all to be able to take care of you. And her be able to be here to reap the benefits of it. That's the biggest part. Like I could continue to do great. And, at some point it might not, they might not be able to be here to actually reap the benefits. But we're just gonna continue to go and do what we're supposed to do. But yeah, I love that about her. I really loved seeing that in her Instagram story today.
Well, speaking of girl power and a lot of girl movement, one of our favorite girl dynamic duos who stormed us by themselves. One was by herself while the other one was serving her time, baby. And then they came out and stormed us again. The City Girls went
It's a
at it
city girl world.
neck to neck on Twitter. I mean, the people were like, is this real?
This is so cringy.
So I'm just going to pull up a few of their moments.
Can I read it? Can I please read it? Can I please read it? For you to come on here and try to play the victim is crazy. Jatavia, you've been sneak dissing me for the last couple of days. I haven't said shit back to you. You made 2 whole songs dissing me, and I still wrapped your shit with my chest and show love. So what's the real problem here?
Hold on, before we even get into that, not you mispronouncing JT's name. It's Jatavia Johnson. Jatavia. Who the hell is Jatavia?
Jatavia.
Girl.
Don't eat me up, JT. Fan.
Girl. I couldn't let the girls do you like that, JT. We don't play by the names around here.
What's her name,
But
Vaughn?
yeah.
Jatavia.
What's her name?
You have a collect call from Jatavia Johnson.
Ooh,
Jatavia Johnson.
But no, I feel like this is just one tweet. So let's go through a couple of them before.
Come on, let's keep reading them.
Yeah.
So JT then responds, "Oh, Miss Mama, this is your last day playing dumb."
So they went at it for quite some time about JT. Carisha Sauce's antenna got pulled into it for a second. It almost seemed like JT was literally on the prowl, like I'm here for somebody today, and somebody go get the smoke. And if you follow Twitter, and I'm not saying JT's the mean girl, but she did not have a great week last week. Retrograde must have wore her out.
Girl, the eclipse, retrograde, all of the above was wearing my sis thin. Sagittarius, it was not y'all week last week, honey. Y'all was going through it.
It's
But I will
possible.
say they ended on a better note than what they started. As they ended with saying "I love you" to each other, and just basically letting fans know it happens. We did finally get on the phone. We talked. We're good. Me personally, I think this would be something that will probably put a blemish on their career. Definitely,
Really?
I
I
don't think
do.
it would put anything on their
I don't
career.
think it would
Now,
put
as
a
a girl
yeah.
group, I do think that they'll probably never come out with anything else.
That's what I'm
Like they
speaking of.
probably
I'm
finish
sorry.
out their, they might,
Oh,
finish
that's what
out
you
their,
mean. Okay.
because I'm sure they have a contract with
Right.
what is it, quality management or whatever, quality control group
Hmm.
or whatever they would. I'm sure they have a contract that they have to finish out and do some more albums. But I think that unfortunately, I think that this was a appropriation of anger. Like you have an issue and you're just putting it out on whoever the first person that you even think is saying something about you. Because I mean, it really started with her and Saucy Santana. Like Santana responded to a fan saying something about I think it was he did the fan never said what exactly it was. Santana responded and said that you'll be able to see it pan out on the Love and Hip Hop season or whatever, because he's on Love and Hip Hop this season.
Yeah.
And JT responded to that thinking that he was talking about her, but in actuality he thought the fan was talking about the actual Diddy stuff. So it's just it started off in like Santana was like, "Girl, what are you talking about? Like I'm not even talking
Right.
about you, and you over here going off on me." So that's when Young Miami came into the whole fold, and she was like, trying to see what was going on, and JT felt the way about her coming in and trying to save Saucy, and it just blew up from there because she was like, "You just come to the forefront every time Saucy's in something, but when it's me, I feel like you don't have my back, basically." So it just brought up a lot of emotions that JT has had built up for a while. I think she's seen her and Carisha and I keep calling her Carisha, Young Miami and Saucy Santana's relationship blossom and grow and be in the limelight, and that's not her type of thing. So I think that it just was some misdirected anger at the end of the
Yeah.
day. So I think that that hopefully their friendship will continue to be what it was, because they really know each other like from back in the day. So I hope it doesn't change their trajectory of their friendship. So that's what I had to say about it. Yeah.
I think they'll be fine. And I do love the fact that they were able to end it on a I love you, so fans can see, hey, disagreements did happen, but at the end of the day, we sisters. We've been riding this loud. We've been doing this for this long.
I wish
It was just
she would
unfortunate
have picked up the phone and called her.
from the start.
That's one
From
thing
the
that I don't play about with my friends, especially if we're that close. Like I am not about to be on Instagram posting or Twitter or whatever, subtweeting my friend. I'm sorry. Not
Okay,
nobody I
we'll
got
be
their number and
friends.
we really like girls. I'm not gonna
Yeah,
subtweet you. Girl, you just posted what?
and
Girl,
you better hope you only
I feel like
close. It's
that's
not
about
pull
me
up.
because I just told you such and such and such the other day, and now here you go tweeting about it. No. We're gonna
Correct.
nip it in the bud. Right
Yeah.
here, right now.
Yeah,
Ain't gonna be no, beating around the bush, subtweeting. We too grown for that. I'm grown
But
for
I'll say this: I feel like it's a part of the good and bad of what social media is,
that.
right? The fact that you have access to not write in a diary, not pick up the phone, but just be able to just tweet something out there real quick. And then obviously fans, people, whomever you want to call it, they add to the hype of it all.
They
So it's
do. They
like
do.
yeah,
even when maybe you like maybe that really wasn't a subtweet, but then you got 30 million people telling you, no, bitch, she was trying to read you. She was trying to come for you.
right
You know what I mean? So then it starts to really make you doubt, like, is this person being genuine or not? You know what I'm saying?
or
So
not.
it's hard. I do think from the beginning it should never have happened. So that way that doesn't happen. But
Yeah,
unfortunately it played out, and it's going to be, it's going to be used for a while. So like, even I don't know if you guys remember a while back, and it's funny because this argument brought that back up, and I'm like, wow, this is so many years ago when Rihanna and Ciara had that little back and forth, and it was very small, very short. But the girls will not let that live. Like, they're just, once it's on the
no,
internet,
no.
it's out there
I
forever. You
honestly
don't
had
know
forgot
nothing
it
about that?
happened. I
Oh
forgot
my
it
god.
happened. Honestly,
So
until I saw the tweets, I forgot.
Yeah,
you forgot it happened, but
that's how
that's what I'm
small it
saying. Like,
was.
why y'all bringing it back up? Like, neither one of them care.
Neither
Like,
one of them.
neither one of them care, and they actually made up about it too.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Like,
and that's all it takes. Is just I'm just glad these girls were able to do that at the end. Well, of course, we
Yeah.
can't change what happened. We can't take it back, but to have that mended moment, It
You know
helps.
who you won't
Yeah,
see you
it
doing
also
it.
great. It's great
Queen
to
P.
see, celebrities like actually if they go at it in the public to actually apologize to each other in the public and actually resolve whatever it is that's going on, and it shows that they're still human. They go through stuff. They feel emotions. They feel the feels like we do, and
Yeah.
sometimes they react off impulse. And it's fine. It happens to the best of us.
I'm glad you said the word impulse because that takes us to our next quick hot topic. Unfortunately, our queer community, we have suffered a lot in the most recent weeks. A big conversation right now is domestic violence. And that whole conversation about well-being, mental health, looking out for signs. I mean, it makes a huge conversation, which I'm sure we'll divulge in later episodes. But we did want to cover two big conversations right now. One I'll let Dave kind of go in on because he's closer to that, and then I'll follow up with the next. But Christian Valdez is being charged with attempted murder of his girlfriend. Dave,
Yes.
you know more than me, so I'm sure you can give us a briefing on that.
Absolutely. So, as you guys know, I live in the New York City greater area. I'm someone who has taken the train and took the train my whole life. In recent years, since the pandemic, you can't pay me enough to get on the train. The
Mm.
train has just been not a safe place, not just for queer people, but for anybody. As we know that right now in New York City, we're having a migrant crisis, meaning that there are a lot of people that are homeless that are living in the train system and misusing the MTA for what it is. So a couple of weeks ago, I'm not sure on the day, please forgive me. I want to say it was like March 4th around that time. There is a black trans woman who is a DV survivor who unfortunately was pushed as an oncoming train was coming. Unfortunately, she had to have both of her feet amputated right after the
Mm.
assault. Um, the horrific, just horrific injury. I mean, you can't even imagine and think about it.
Mm.
The reason why I wanted to bring this to the forefront is because, as you guys can see, this is a picture from the GoFundMe that is going around. The goal is $50,000, and right now it's at a very 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 slow burn. I mean,
Mm.
like I said, it's been since I want to say since like the beginning of March, and we're about to go into May, and this is all she's been able to raise. The reason why I want to bring
Wow.
awareness to it is because when we think about the Breonna Taylors, when we think about the Sandra Blands, these are nationwide names that wherever you say it, from America to the UK to Africa, people know who Breonna Taylor is, right?
Mhm.
Um, this woman, this individual, this trans black woman has chosen to stay anonymous, and I think it's because she's afraid of the backlash that she will receive instead of the support that she should be receiving.
Oh,
Christian
gotcha.
Valdez was 35 years old, who had a criminal record. Like from what I read and looked up, he had a situation where his ex-girlfriend, he like stabbed a 3-year old. So
What?
yeah, it's really ridiculous. Like he was on parole. So after he pushed his girlfriend into the train station, he then went and told his parole officer that, like, hey, this is what I did. You know, he was arrested and he was charged with obviously attempted murder. But again, like I said, I just really wanted to bring it to our platform because this is what this is for. This is why we're doing this, so that we can continue to bring awareness not only to people that look like us, but again, our queer community. Um, I did watch something on Gay Magazine on Instagram. Shout out to them, where she actually did do an interview from her hospital bed, and it's just sad because it goes back to when you're in a DV situation. Everyone knows that or maybe everyone doesn't know, but the most dangerous time is when you decide to leave. And she was actually on her way to a gender affirming appointment, and she was really like trying to get to the appointment. The boyfriend came into the train station. He was arguing with her. To hear her say, which was really heartbreaking, is to hear her say that, she was looking at bystanders to try to give them some kind of indication that, like, I'm afraid. Like, I'm in danger right now. Like, he's arguing with me. She kept looking up at the camera. She continued to her story is just magnificent because even throughout this horrific tragedy that happened to her, she still had the audacity and the tenacity to survive. you know, she talks about very vividly saying like being in the train, like being in the on the tracks, and noticing that like she could no longer feel her feet, and but also saying like I need to scream and I need to tell them I need help, because she was like, I know how dirty the train is. So if you have ever been to New York City, you know that the MTA has been around for hundreds of years, and it is not the cleanest thing in the world. But for her thinking of like survival is like, I don't want any, you know, germ or bacteria to infect me, and then I really don't have a chance of living. So she is hopeful, and again, like I said, her story is just tremendous. It's something
Mm.
that anybody can take away from. But I wanted to bring it to the forefront. Like, she needs justice. You know, it is. I am grateful that he was arrested and that he is probably never going to come out. But there are unfortunately so many 10 more women that are in DV situations right now, whether they're trans women, whether they're women, whether they're black women, they're affected, and it's something that we're
Yeah.
not talking about in our community at all, not enough. That's just my piece.
Wow. And I think it's a heavy topic. Even hearing how you describe that and to have to cover the next story is kind of eerie to me. 25-year-old Carlos Collins of Mississippi, a 25-year-old nurse at that, was brutally killed, beaten with an axe, and stabbed by a former boyfriend. It is alleged, because I don't think it's proven yet, that this boyfriend had placed cameras around his apartment, had been stalking him at different restaurants, had been doing a lot of things. And Carlos did do the right thing. He had restraining orders out, different documentation to show this. His former boyfriend, who was apprehended days after the incident, while he was on the run, is a former police officer years ago, actually. It was released from the force for different cases and different situations where his anger management or patience may have been tested. But I wanted to really talk about this moment because Carlos, you can look at his Instagram and his Facebook and see he was one of those. He was just like one of us, one of the girls, like a good time, professional. His mom was a nurse, is a nurse, and he wanted to be just like her, and became a nurse. So you
Mhm.
have that legend, that legacy story there, and then for all of the people to and his family to know that this man not only took his life, but then took it as far as trying to mutilate his body with an axe 30 times. Like, that is just horrendous. And Carlos is just eerie feeling because we take for granted so many moments where we jokingly encourage people that can't get over their exes, or they may have moments of this, and we make it a joke on TikTok or something. But this young man, Carlos Collins, lost his life to domestic violence, to another man, another black queer man. And I'm not for sure if it has even been discovered. Have they talked to the killer and said, what happened?
Like,
What
what was
made
his
you just
motive?
go? What happened this time? Um,
Hmm.
and, and I know it makes it worse with a case like this because your family has to hear and constantly
Hmm.
see what you did to their loved one. It's one thing to shoot someone and walk away, but to destroy how they look and who they were, it's just a pain that I can't even imagine. And don't want to even imagine, to be honest, to go through. So to Carlos Collins and his family, God bless you all. Rest in heaven, Carlos. And to the man that took your life, I hope he serves his time, and I hope he serves his time miserably. To think about every moment that has happened.
Electric chair. Kill that man.
No, seriously, I
Kill
saying
him.
why did we give capital murder at this
I
point?
mean, because I think it just goes too far. Like, if we talk about the actual, facts of what happened, like, it's not just, this is like psychopathic behavior. Like, this is something that probably
Yeah,
will continue to happen. You will do this again. This is not your last time doing this. If you're given the opportunity, you will do it again. I mean, even when it comes to like when we looked at his page, we all were like, because they had tagged him in something on Facebook, and we all went to his page to like look at his page, and there's stuff about just stalking your ex and whatever about it's just a lot of posts about how the ex's relationships or whatever. In his recent post, and it just like was a red flag of like who he really is. Like it gives stalking, it gives you can't be with nobody else if you ain't with me. That's exactly what those posts gave.
Selfish.
And I don't think that this will be the end of him doing something if they do not. I'll let you chair his ass.
I also think that just even talking about the trans woman who lost her feed, and even with this situation, it really does kind of go back to mental health in America.
Yeah.
And we are in that to me, that's the biggest crisis. I know opioids is a big thing. I know, there's so many other things that are going on. But for me personally, and I may be a little biased because I am a mental health professional, but I do think that right now that is the biggest crisis here in America. What I would like to continue to do, especially while I have this platform, is talk about it every chance I get. Not to be heavy, not to be a downer, be a Debbie Downer, or anything like that. But I think that, just similar to like how with, our brothers and sisters with the AIDS crisis, how that was such a big movement. I think that this needs to be a big movement too. We need to talk about mental health in the community and what that looks like and how someone can look at the red flags. And when we're talking about intimate partner violence, what are the things that you need to really look for? Because it's going to continue to happen. And unfortunately, our stories are not making national news. So if our stories are not making the news, then we gotta act up. We gotta really show them like, oh no, y'all are going to keep running this story back. Y'all are going to help. Y'all are going to follow it through. And this is, I hate to say this because I don't think one loss is greater than any. That is not what I'm saying. But it really grinds my gears that someone like the white lady Casey, who was missing, like America followed that for how long? For weeks, they followed that story about Casey. I don't even remember her last name, but it was Casey this, Casey that, Casey's missing, Casey's missing. How many trans women are missing right now and have never been found? How many? And it continues to happen all the time. How many are Carlos's are we going to continue to happen? And it's just a hot topic for right now. And then we forget about it a month from now, 2 months from now. No, we continuously need to keep the conversation going. It needs to continue to happen, because if not, we're going to continue to have people and abusers like this that are going to continue to get away.
Yeah, I totally agree. And I think that conversation just needs to be had more. And I'm a person that I'm gonna keep talking about things, because merging to the next horse at the saddle is somebody that I think I don't know if he's doing it on purpose. I don't know if he just wants to be a part of this, but we have a little more time in the show left. And I want to talk about this young man really quick, because baby,
That like our
Who?
relationship is like that of
Woo!
like a slave and the master son who like teaches me how to read by candlelight. Yeah, he groans too because he's a good person. He doesn't like that fucking joke. I like that joke. That's my burden.
so Gerard Carmichael, comedian, famous man, he's been in the news a lot since he's come out with his Gerard Carmichael show. In this clip, he has a white boyfriend, but in this clip, we see him say that him and his white boyfriend, he used to make jokes with the white boyfriend, and they involve slavery. I'm never a girl to knock anybody else's kink, but the race play
Kink.
is just gone too far.
Is that what we calling that, a kink?
They consider race play to be a kink. That's what they're saying. And I think it's so ironic when we see situations like this. You, sir, have this white boyfriend and you make these comments, but then you're not ready to handle when your friends who prefer white only Tyler the Creator also give you this moment.
Stupid.
Ooh, this was so cringy.
I did. Yeah, I did. I did. And I think I just like brushed it off. I know. Yeah. Getting news like that and then avoiding it is a way to avoid change.
So you were avoiding it.
I never said that I wasn't. That was a lot to download. And now we're here. And I still don't know how to respond.
Yeah.
Yeah. It did suck not talking to you. I didn't think brushing that off and continuing regular would be such a dent. I don't know.
So there you have it. So that is a clip from the Carmichael show where Gerard Carmichael confesses that he had this big crush on his friend Tyler, the Creator. If you are not familiar with Tyler, the Creator, he is an artist who also is of the queer diaspora. However, he made it very, very well known in the beginning of his career that he only likes white men. I'm only covering the story, y'all. This is something that you talk about a crisis. I think we got a crisis on our hands too, because majority of the
Careful,
black
T now.
gay celebrity personnel are with people that are not black.
Like who? Like who?
Name them. Give me one.
Name them. Name
Let's
them.
start. Let's start with
Name
the girl
'em.
herself. Let's start with the girl herself.
We know her.
Miss
Billy
Billy
Porter from
Mhm.
Pose and from Kinky Boots. We know
Next,
her.
I got one day, Mr. Sean T and Mr. Scott.
Oh, I love Sean T.
I love
Sean
them
T
though. I really love them. I'm not
What
even.
is
I'm
Sean?
not
What was
excited,
Sean
but I
T
love them.
famous for? Tybo, right?
Hip hop
not
abs,
Tybo.
girl. He's talking some Tybo.
Yeah.
Hip hop
Hip hop abs. Sorry.
Don't forget Don Lemon himself.
Don Lemon.
Oh, the CNN doll.
Oh, and then also don't forget Vaughn's favorite, Mr. Domingo.
Oh,
I did not know that he was married.
yes, but see,
Is
the
he
story
married or
behind him and
engaged?
his I don't know if they're married, but the story behind him and his friend,
Partner.
it's really heart wrenching. I like it. So
Oh yeah, they met at the Walgreens or something. Child, I heard that. Girl,
Lord.
please. Famous football player, him and his man,
Don't know.
Ryan
Don't care.
Russell. And then last but not least, you know,
Let me
this is
stop
somebody I
being
really
rude.
don't see it for. I don't see it for her. I don't see it. Karamo
Man,
Brown.
that's crazy. That's not his.
Karamo Brown.
That's not his current boyfriend. That was
No,
his
it's
husband.
not.
Though. That was
His husband.
Mhm.
So I'm just saying that it is a pattern. Like literally, it's something that I feel like we
No,
should talk about.
Dave said the mental health is a crisis. This is a crisis.
This is a crisis.
This is a
And people are like,
crisis,
why do we care?
gentlemen. Are we saying this is a crisis?
It is.
I'm just playing. I'm just.
It is.
I am
No.
engaging in what TJ has
Bond,
going. You know, I
do
am.
not. Sir,
You know how I feel
please do
about
not
the
start playing.
interracial live.
Yeah, I will say this. I don't think it's a crisis, no, but I do think it's a topic of discussion because I don't agree with people. Love who you love. It is a free world. Love has no gender. It has no race. It has no this. I get it. But a pattern is a pattern, baby. Most of y'all girls in Hollywood don't see it for the other girls. Shout out to Jason and Adair. Shout out to Saucy Santana. She keeps her black man. Lil Nas X, they own your ass. I'm gonna tell you they own you because they saw that white army in that video with you. Them girls is on you. Yeah. And I think it's just I don't think it's a bad thing, but I think it's just a conversation to have because people have different, meanings behind it. But I did want to bring that up with the whole Carmichael thing coming and all that. When you hear the reason why they date white sometimes is really why you be like, oh, no. Because there are some people say, hey, like Coleman Domingo, I'll give it that. Met him at the CVS. It was a love story. Beautiful. But then you have other people like Tyler, the Creator, that literally come out and say, I'm only interested in white.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah.
Sir, you brown. You ain't even a light one.
Yeah. I mean, I think that comes with just being uninformed and, just not being open a lot of times. Like, even for me, I feel like when I was a baby gay, as I would say, I felt like, I always went, I need a macho man. I need my man to be a man. That's how I felt in the beginning. Like, and I also had a preference on color, but, I'm not going to go there. But, I felt as I grew in my gayness, like I started to, be able to be like, okay, well, maybe that's not bad. Like I just really just wrote them off without even trying it or without even, developing my own sense of what this is or what it could be. So, I enjoy the ones that are not strictly for the whites. I enjoy the ones that, they just ended up in that relationship and, it was something that was great for them. But yeah, I am not strictly anything besides
Yeah, you
strictly
are.
gay.
We knew that was coming.
Strictly
I don't
gay
know.
is the only thing that I am.
So what I here's my little 2 cents into it, and I'm gonna play a little bit of devil's advocate. I
Don't piss
don't
me
want
off.
to say, I have to say it like this. I don't want to say that I have a problem with interracial dating. That is not what I have
Okay.
a problem with. I think my problem comes from not owning or liking your blackness, not appreciating and loving the skin color of who you are. The fact that you came from a black mama, a black
Mm,
father, and you're
mm.
not necessarily loving that, that's when I have an issue. But to me, it goes all back to what I said before. That mental health. That's a mental
Oh,
health
girl.
thing. I'm just
No,
saying.
that's a you need a
That's a
self.
that's a mental health thing. And it's deep rooted, y'all. It goes back to back in when we were talking about I just lost my train of thought. Lord, what's the
Good.
times where MLK was? What was that time? Civil rights. That goes back to the civil rights era from when they gave the little baby girls the dolls, right? And what did the black little girl choose? She ended up choosing the white doll because of the deep rooted racism that we have faced in America as black people. Sometimes does allow people to say white is better, right? So
Mm,
going back to what Vaughn is saying, it's the lack of education, it's a lack of being informed, it's a lack of like, I can say all of us on this stage really come from families and parents that really are power to the people. You understand what I'm saying? And really have shown us what it means to be a black, what it means to have black pride and just what
yeah.
it looks like. And like, I don't know. Sometimes I think that everyone doesn't get that lesson, unfortunately. So I don't know. I
I
don't know
just
if it's a
wanted to
crisis, gentlemen.
I just wanted to say a quick thing. Dave said something just now when he was talking, and it just reminded me of the people that used to say white is right.
It's a real thing,
Wow.
y'all. People used to
Why
say
would you think
that.
of that? But why would you think of that?
Because
I'm
Dave you said
gagged.
something
I
about
was
Dave.
expecting to say
I don't
something
know what
totally
you said.
different.
I wanted to say it right there, but you kept talking, so
I can't forget what the study. I don't remember what the study is, but
With
for
the
those of
dolls, I
you
know
who
what you're
are
talking about.
listening, y'all know what I'm talking about. For those of you who are listening, listen.
White
Black
is
History
right.
Month
Oh
was
my God.
February. We need a longer month.
We need to
And my
make
nipples
it
was
black. What's
She
his
told white
name?
is right.
Bobby Brown said. He said, "No, we need Black History Year. Make it a year."
okay. We need a
And then Whitney was
Black
toe up
History
on that
Year. How
carpet.
would that
We
Whitney
hear
was
be?
me.
like, we need a longer month. Okay. That's what we need.
Well, yeah,
We need longer
and
than
to
a
wrap
month.
that up, we all are saying love who you love. We are not here to say interracial
But
love
love
is wrong.
yourself first, girl.
People can
Please.
say that all day, but if you love yourself, you will then learn how to love everybody. And I just think the conversation needs to continue to be had. And if you're watching this and you're on your way to stardom, please try your best to give us some representation. That's all we asking for. We're not saying you got to, but we just want to see more Jason Adair's. We want to see more Sauce Santana. Like, come
That
on.
now that I
And
will agree with. I won't
it's
argue
three
with
of
you on
us
that
on
one.
here, and I'm gonna tell you, it's one girl on here. She could probably be with a white man.
Look at her.
If you could think which one it is,
Look at
please send
her.
us a DM. Please send us a DM at Thique Talk
Look at
Podcast on IG if you can figure out which one of us will end up with a white person.
her. Run around.
Okay. No, but seriously, we want to say thank you for watching. We are closing out the show, but before we close, we have one of our favorite things to do to end us on a high note, and
No,
that
T-Nell,
is
this is your favorite thing to do.
trivia.
Let's be
Because he be
clear.
knowing the answers and he don't have the answer because a lot of the
Let's
stuff he don't know.
Black
let's be
music
Google.
clear.
trivia. Okay, I get to run it. One of these, I'm gonna let y'all do it next time. Each time, I'm gonna let y'all do it. Another person do it.
Yeah.
So
Well,
it
I
ain't
just
on
want
me.
to say that I don't have anything to drink, so I won't be able to
Woo.
sip on anything while
Oh,
if I get it
is that
wrong.
how
But
that
this
works?
says Black music trivia, so I have faith that I will get a couple of answers.
It's okay. What we'll do is whoever
I got something to
loses,
drink.
whoever gets the least out of y'all two, has to treat one of our viewers to lunch.
I'll
We'll
take
give
Okay.
you
that,
that.
as long as it's
I'll
after
take that.
Thursday.
Oh, catch it bi-weekly.
Let's be after Thursday.
All right, y'all ready?
Mm-hmm.
Let's start this thing off. This is black music from, I would say, 1950 to now.
Oh God.
Woo! Bigger and Deffer was released by which artist? I'll give y'all a hint. 90s. Bigger and Deffer.
Group.
No, this is one single artist. And a male, I'll tell you that. One of the
I don't
finest
know.
rappers of the 90s and early 2000s, if depending.
Rapper
Baby,
LL Cool J.
2000.
you got it. You got it. You got
Oh, okay.
it.
When you said fine girl, I already knew he was talking about.
Ooh, want that man fine.
Mm-mm-mm.
What artist is the people's champ?
The people's champ. The people's champ. The people's champ. I don't know.
I
What
didn't know
era?
this for real. I was
What
like,
era?
I didn't know that.
What
I think it's
era?
early 2000s rap.
Kanye.
Child.
Oh yeah, that's
Oh,
Paul Wall. I'm the people's champ. My chain light up like a amp. Now I'm back with the
didn't
camp.
know it.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah, yeah,
Is
okay,
yeah.
go
Paul
for
Wall
it, go for
black?
it. It was in
Paul
black
Wall is
music.
right.
It was in
He's
black
not
music.
black. He's not
No,
black.
He's
Friend.
not black.
it was in black music.
He's not black, friend.
Are y'all saying
No,
he's not a part of black music?
correct. You should have never chosen. Next
Oh,
question. Let's
so are
go.
we? Wait, hold it. We're saying that Paul Wall is not a part of black music.
That is what I'm saying, and that's my final answer.
Oh, but you want to believe it? Equal opportunity love. This is a disgrace.
I have
Y'all should
nothing to
know
say.
this. What was
Mr.
Lil Wayne's
Carter,
first album called?
either Mr. Carter or Fireman.
It's not. It's Mr.
Lil
Carter.
Wayne's Lil Wayne's first album.
Is it Mr. Carter? The
It,
black.
it
Block
might be.
Sky.
It might be.
Oh
Oh,
yeah, that's
Block
way. Yeah, that's
Sky.
way before my days, girl. I was still a young
shut
twink.
You were still a what?
A young twink.
A young
Oh
twink. What
God!
have you become?
Mhm. What have I become? A big
Don't
baby.
answer that. Don't. Don't answer that.
Who was the first female artist to debut on the Billboard album chart at #1?
Is this rap artist or is this just
Or
artists in
this
general?
R&B?
No, it's
Old
not rap.
school. Who
Um,
was the
I'm
first female artist to debut on the Billboard album chart at #1?
Is
what
it Mariah Carey?
whatever. I'm
Older.
about to no. I'm gonna say I'm thinking Miss Aretha.
No, darling. Miss Whitney.
Whitney. I was gonna say
We should have
Whitney
known that.
too, and I was
We should
like,
have known that.
And
damn.
I thought y'all would have had that at least. I
We
said,
should
I
have
was
known.
gonna say Whitney. I was gonna
We
say
definitely
Whitney.
should have known that. Are you keeping track of who has the most right answers? I think I do, but we're just gonna
you
we're not better
definitely
than
do. All
yeah.
right, all right, all right. Here you go. What is Tiger name short for? I didn't know this either. This is just fun to put in here. It's abbreviated for something, and he actually says it in a couple of his songs. Thank you, God, always. Never knew that.
I'm about to hang up. That I had never heard that in my life.
I'm drinking.
Thank you, God, always. I
Mm-mm.
said, oh,
Y'all young people come up with anything. I don't know what that is. Tiger ain't
Not
never
our
said
young
that.
people.
His name is Tiger. They
that's what
can
the
the,
people
young
say.
people came up with that. That is some they put in Wikipedia that he ain't never said in his life. I ain't never heard that man say thank you God always. I didn't know he even worship God.
First of all, I thought it
These
said
two
Tyler.
female artists are the only two that have hit a #1 in every decade for 4 decades. So
Janet Jackson and Mariah Carey.
you got one.
I'm gonna say Mariah Carey and Beyonce.
Boom, boom, boom. David, I hope you get your coins ready for somebody's lunch, baby.
I helped him
That's
answer
four.
it.
You
The
actually
artist
did it. I
wrote
knew
an
that.
This artist wrote an inspirational children's book, and I will tell you, this is a female R&B artist. She wrote an inspirational children's book.
Oh my god! I feel like somebody just.
I don't know.
Woo, if you know me, you know I love her.
Mary J. Blige. I know she ain't write no
Yeah,
instrumental.
yes, she do.
Wow.
Yes, she do. Mary J. Blige has an
Hmm.
inspirational children's book, and I didn't know that she never finished high
Shout out
school. I didn't
Mary.
know that.
Oh,
Oh
that I
wow!
knew. Mary
I
is
didn't
from
know
the
that.
hood of Yonkers. Okay.
I was gonna make that the question, then I said I don't like that for the questions. I looked up something else. And the last question of the night: what artist's favorite number is four?
Beyonce knows.
Beyonce.
Beyonce Giselle knows
Bum,
Carter.
bum, 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 bum.
That was
Dave,
easy.
I hope you know you're gonna have to get
How did
somebody
we pick? How
lunch.
did we pick the viewer?
I think that'll be a fun challenge for us to say. So if you're listening, if
Yeah,
you're
I was gonna say
watching,
maybe we could pick a question from what we
okay.
had today and put it on there and see who gets it right, and then from that group we just randomly select
Oh,
someone.
like put it on
Girl,
there.
they gonna Google.
Mhm.
Are you kidding me? No.
Right. I think
I
they are.
mean, most people. Well, I'm not the type of girl that will go back and Google. I would just pick what I think is the answer because I mean it's fun stuff on the story. Like I'm not that interested. I'm not that invested to where I'm gonna go and Google a question that somebody has on their story. I don't care about you that much.
We'll figure out a nice challenge to give them,
Okay.
so that way we can make it fun. But I want to say, what a show! Happy first show. We
We're
have come to an
finished.
end for a night. We are done.
We're
It is a wrap.
finished.
So to all of our viewers, all of our listeners, we want to say thank you. We can't wait to see you again in 2 or 3 weeks for the next one. And remember to keep it thick. And to my co-host, do you guys have anything for the audience?
We here, baby. So get ready. Pull up, put on your clothes, put up your seats, get comfortable. I want you to listen
Yeah.
to it while you in the shower, while you at work, when you're supposed to be working, but I want you to be listening to us while you in the car driving home from work. Just listen. Okay, because this is about to be pure entertainment. All right,
Yeah.
it's the best hour, period. Nah, we
Yeah.
appreciate y'all. We appreciate y'all.
I
Come
don't have
on
nothing
back
to
now.
say. I mean, the episodes are gonna speak for themselves. I mean, y'all get into it every time we drop. World stops. Carry on.
Okay, because we
Well, I
pretty on
had
fleek.
Well, gentlemen, y'all have a good life. Keep it thick and keep it right. Until next time. And don't forget to follow Thique Talk Podcast. I am Von J, Big Waves on Swim, and T Nail are your hosts.